Panther Nation, Draft Family, what's good with y'all, man? Welcome to my top 10 safeties list. Yes, my safeties. It's been a while. This is one I've been meaning to get to for a while now, and I just haven't had the time just because we're restructuring the channel, doing some things. So I apologize. It's been a minute, but I'm back to my Grizzly, and I hope I can get a little bit more consistent with these joints. All right. Now, just about the safeties. The safeties in general, this class, I would say it's not the best group of safeties from an overall standpoint. We're looking at the group of safeties in my list, but there is a couple of guys to be excited about. But there's probably not going to be a top 10 guy. There's no guy like a Derwin James, no Jamal Adams. There is no surefire guy that I'm willing to risk maybe even a top 20 pick on, to be honest with you. So a lot of these guys you're going to be in the range of a second to a fourth round. I think that's going to be a sweet spot where you can get a solid safety in this draft. Now, before we get into the top 10 list, let me tell you guys how you can support this channel, okay? It's easy. There's a couple free ways you can do it. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and get in these comments. Easy, free 99 for you to do that, all right? Now, if you want to step it up a little bit, you can go to manscaped.com, get something off the Manscaped website. Again, they got cologne, not just ball shavers, bro. They got more than that. They got cologne, they got nail clippers, whatever you need for your male grooming, they got it. You can get 20% off plus free shipping using the code PNP, and that's 20% off plus free shipping using the code PNP at manscaped.com, all right? And you can also join our Patreon. The link is in the description box to get access to Patreon. We have a Discord and a whole bunch of other different benefits for joining our Patreon, all right? Now, all that out the way, let's go ahead and get into this top 10 list. All right, let's kick this thing off right. Coming in at number 10, we got Kane Stearns, 6 foot, 207 pounds, solid safety out of Texas, okay? This dude broke onto the college scene as a freshman, leading the Longhorns with 4 interceptions and was 5th on the team in tackles with 62. Okay, he was named first team All Big 12 and was Big 12 Freshman of the Year, which is crazy. That's I mean, you know, they don't play much defense in the Big 12, so you know it kind of is what it is. A shout out to the Big 12. But this dude, if he would have taken that progress, what he did in his freshman year, and continued to get better each year, he would have been probably tops on this list. However, injuries and a drop in play kind of derailed him from that. And it hurt his development, so that lands him at the 10th spot, okay? As far as strengths, he's got good size. He's got decent range to beat 207 pounds. He's got decent range. He's got good ball skills, knows how to find the ball, pause. He's got a lot of experience. He's got 3 years of starting experience with Texas. So he's got some a lot more experience than some of these other guys on this list. So that's a plus for him. As for weaknesses go, he doesn't play to his size at times. And to be 207 pounds, you think he'd be a sure tackler, and sometimes that's just not the case. When you turn on the film, you'll see some missed tackles, and he's not the best tackler. So at 207 pounds, you got to be able to kind of impose your will and make some big hits, and he just doesn't do that. And he's not the best when he's locked up on a guy man-to-man. Sometimes you're not always playing a cover 2 scheme, but sometimes you're locked on a tight end mano-a-mano, and he just doesn't excel well in that. So that being said, I got him pegged as a 6th round prospect, 5th or 6th round, somewhere in that range, all right? Coming in at number 9, I got Teelan Whanga, 6'1", 215 pound safety out of USC, all right? This dude might be a safety, but he's built more like a linebacker, all right? 215 pounds, that's a solid linebacker, and that's probably where he's going to end up, depending on how teams evaluate him. But this dude he's got the size to make impacts when it comes to tackling, and he has size to impact blockers. So he can take on blockers. He does a really good job. If you turn on the film, he does a good job at that. And he did have 4 interceptions this year. 1 was a house call against UCLA. But this dude he's really good in coverage. This dude had really good instincts, and I like him a lot. Now let's talk about his strengths a little bit. Now the size, again. He's got the size to play a linebacker, but he's not slow either. He's got straight line speed, and he's got decent enough speed to play safety, okay? I'm not going to put him at free safety by any means, but I think he has enough speed to play safety. You want to put him in the box, or if you want to line him up against a tight end, I think he can do that just fine. He can also rush the passer. This dude has 6 sacks in the past 2 seasons, so you can line him up on the edge. UCLA did that with him. Lined him up on the line, lined him up in the box, put him at linebacker. They kind of moved him all over the place, kind of indicative of what the Panthers did with Jeremy Chin this year. But I think Jeremy Chin is a way more versatile than Hufanga is, just because he's a lot faster. But they're very similar. They're very similar in the versatility, okay? As far as weaknesses go, the secondary versatility, okay? The secondary versatility is a weakness. Again, I just said that, he's probably not going to play free safety. He's probably not going to be a guy that you want to line up in the slot against a smaller, shiftier receiver. So some of that secondary versatility, it could be an issue depending on how teams evaluate him, okay? Some teams may want to line him up at edge. Some teams may want to line him up at linebacker. You just never know. But he offers more versatility than just in the secondary, okay? And also injury history. The dude has had 2 broken collarbones. So we'll see how he recovers. I don't think they impacted him much, but we'll see how that goes. He's going to have to pass some medicals, and we'll see how that goes for him. But I think he could end up being a good linebacker, and just depending on what system he goes to, I think he could be really good, okay? I think I got him going in the 5th round for sure. Easily 5th round, maybe pushing the 4th, but he's going to be a later round guy, and he could go higher than that just depending on how teams evaluate him. All right, moving on. Coming in at number 8, I've got Richard LeCounte. 5'11", 190-pound safety out of Georgia, okay? This dude has been around Georgia for a minute. He started there in 2018, and up until a motorcycle accident, the dude, he was a baller, okay? He had a motorcycle accident which cut his senior season short. He had a shoulder injury, rib injuries. Hopefully shouldn't impact him too long. But again, he's just a guy. He's just got a guy that's kind of not the fastest guy, not the biggest guy. But he's just a dude that makes plays. This dude just knows how to make plays, okay? Now, let's get into some strengths. One thing with his strengths, he doesn't allow big plays. That's a good thing about LeCounte. He's not going to give up the big plays, which is a big part of being a safety. He's very active in the run game. He's going to come up, offer that run support, not scared to lay a hit. Even at 5'11", 190, he can thump, okay? And he's got experience, 3 years experience. That's just something that these other guys that we're going to talk about a little bit later don't have, okay? As far as weaknesses go, he could afford to be a little bit bigger. At 190, 5'11", if I'm putting my ideal safety together, that's not the measurements that I want, but I think, he could afford to be a little bit bigger. As far as speed, he's not going to be the fastest cat. Again, we talked about that earlier. Not going to be the rangiest cat, but it just is what it is. He does make plays. Don't let that deter you away from him making plays. And tackling, I think he can afford to be a little bit better, more sure tackler. But again, at 190, it just kind of is what it is. It comes with the territory. All right, I got this man going in the 4th round for sure. Again, experience. We just got to check on those injuries. Hopefully, those injuries from that motorcycle accident do not impact him long term. All right, coming in at number 7, I've got Hamza Ngata, 6'3", 220-pound safety coming out of Florida State. Go Noles, man. This dude, listen, he tore his ACL in 2019, so we didn't get a chance to see him. It was only after 2 games, so we really didn't get to see him in 2019. Bounced back this year, and he was everywhere. He played, and if you look at the years that he's played with Florida State, the dude was all over the place. He lined up in press coverage, even up against T. Higgins back in the day, back in 2018. So the dude played outside cornerback, played nickel. He played safety, played free safety, played in the box, lined him up at linebacker. The dude has played everywhere, okay? All right, let's get into the strengths. Listen, 6'3", 220. Where are you going to find a dude like that in this draft? You're not. He's got the length. His arms are long. He's going to be able to use his length to bat down the errant passes. He's going to be able to do a lot of things, okay? He's going to be able to do a lot of things with his length and size. All right. All right, let's get to his weaknesses. As far as weaknesses go, I think he could afford to be a little bit more instinctual when it comes to playing the safety position. Sometimes he's just reacting instead of using his instincts and trusting his instincts to go make a play. That's why you don't see him have a lot of interceptions and a lot of big play making, because he just doesn't have the instincts or doesn't trust his instincts enough to make those big plays. And again, at 6'3", 220, there could be a move to linebacker. Not a bad thing. It offers the versatility. Again, we said it with Jeremy Chin. And there's versatility. There's a lot of versatility with that size. So not necessarily a weakness, but just, something to think about when looking for a safety, okay? And speed. He's not going to be the fastest cat in the world, all right? I got Hamza going in the 3rd round. I think somebody's gonna bite on that size and versatility. I think if you put him in the right situation, I think he's going to be a very, very good safety or slash linebacker in a good scheme. All right, coming in at number 6, I got Cisco, 6 foot, 209-pound safety coming out of Syracuse. And listen, this dude coming in his freshman and sophomore year, I mean, this dude was a straight-up baller. He had 12 picks in those 2 years, and this dude is a turnover machine. This dude can generate turnovers, okay? He's a risk-taking dude that oftentimes it may get beat taking those risks, but he's one of those guys, if you can hone it in, I think he can be really good. He did tear his ACL in 2020. That's why we didn't get a chance to see him, but he still picked off 2 passes before he tore his ACL. So the dude knows how to get to the football. He knows how to make plays. Probably one of the better playmakers from the safety class, okay? He covers so much ground. He's super quick. Probably one of the fastest, rangiest cats in this draft from a safety position. And this dude, he's a baller, okay? Again, as far as strengths go, I just talked about it. Super fast, got really good athleticism. Going to be one of the most, he has probably the best range in this safety class. And he's got really good size. 6 foot, 209 pounds. The dude can move. That 209 pounds is solid. That's what you want. That's a real solid safety, okay? Weaknesses go, sometimes he takes bad angles. Sometimes his tackling isn't the greatest. Again, he takes bad reads, sometimes a bit aggressive in his play. Sometimes it works out for you, and sometimes it doesn't. In the NFL, they're going to make you pay more often than not. So he's going to have to find a team that's going to be able to reel that in and kind of make him a little bit more, I guess, thoughtful when he makes those decisions. So, and again, he's got the injury history towards ACL in 2020. So that could be an issue. Got to get that checked out. Hopefully that doesn't impact his range and speed. That being said, I got him going in the 3rd or 4th round. Cisco is going to be a really good free safety in the league. I think any team looking for a free safety, Cisco is going to be your guy. Again, you got to check that ACL out. The injury kind of got him knocked down a little bit, and the risk taking for me. Sometimes I like the risk taking, but again, in NFL is different from college. NFL quarterback's going to make you pay. They're going to look you off and eat you for lunch. Pause. All right. So coming in at number 5, I got Paris Ford. Paris Ford is 6 foot, 190-pound safety out of Pittsburgh. This cat broke out in 2019. He went off, established himself as one of the best safeties in the ACC, earning him all ACC honors. Okay, he had an 11 tackle day against Penn State, and that was super impressive. He also had 2 interceptions against Duke. Okay, so this dude, he knows how to be around the ball. When you turn on the Pittsburgh film and watch this dude play, he's always around the football. Love this dude. And he opted out in 2020, so we didn't get a chance to see him. But listen, this dude's always around the football. As far as strengths go, he's super versatile. I've seen him in the box. I've seen him play free. I've seen him play strong. I've seen him play linebacker. The dude's played all over the place. And he plays with straight up reckless abandon. Okay, this dude, he don't care about his body. When he's gonna lay somebody out, and again coming in at 190, dog, that's not the biggest cat in the world, but he played like he 210. Okay, he plays like he 210, and he wants all the smoke. And he's got really good instincts. He's always around the football when you turn on the film, so he's a really good player. Okay, as far as weaknesses go, experience. He's only got 2 seasons under the belt. His size, again, he doesn't play like he's 190, but he is 190, and so he's got to add to that frame. I like to see him add a little bit more, and that's going to make him an even more impactful safety, okay? He's got average speed, not going to be the fastest cat in the world, and he gets caught staring in the backfield a lot. Got to get his instincts a little bit better, be more aware of what's going on around him, all right? That being said, I got him going in the 2nd or 3rd round. Again, it just depends on how teams evaluate him. I think he's one of those tweener guys where I think he could play strong if he adds some weight. He could play strong safety. But again, I don't think he has the range to play free. So we'll see what happens. I don't know where he ends up, but he's got to add some weight to be a strong. I think he's gonna be a really good strong safety if he adds some weight. All right, coming in at number 4, I got Darius Washington. Man, don't let this 5'8", 179-pound cat deceive you. Okay, this dude is a straight up baller. Okay, some even have him graded higher than Trevon Mulrig, who I haven't gotten into yet, but some have him graded higher than him, okay? So in 2019, this dude recorded 5 interceptions, 46 total tackles in 12 games, okay? After that season, he was ranked by Pro Football Focus as the nation's 2nd best safety, coming in behind Trevon Mulrig, who I just talked about, okay? He didn't have the same impact in 2020, but was still a game changer for TCU. This dude didn't record any interceptions, but it was mostly because people were probably avoiding him at that point. It's more of scheming around him, didn't go at him. But listen, this dude knows how to, at 5'8", 179 pounds, the dude is a thumper. The dude is super aggressive. Think Honey Badger, okay? I'm not saying he is the Honey Badger. I'm not saying he is Tyrann Mathieu, but think in that same breath. He's cut from that same cloth, okay? Don't let the size fool you, all right? All right, let's get into these strengths real quick. All right, so don't let the size fool you, man. Let me tell you a quick story. I played safety in middle school. Last time I played football competitively, I played safety too. And I never forget this day when I lined up. I was in the end zone, and I was the last line of defense. And this big, I don't know how big he was in middle school, but this dude straight up ran me over in the end zone. And me and Darius Washington are about the same size. Pause. I'm about $170, but I'm a bit taller. I'm about 5'10". But I could not imagine playing in the NFL at my size. Don't let the size fool you. This dude makes up his lack of size with intelligence, okay? This dude is cerebral. He knows where to be. He has great instincts, and he's a thumper. This dude is one of the most sure tackling safeties in this class, okay? Turn on the film. He's a sure tackler. To be that size, I applaud this cat, bro. This dude, I give mad props. That's probably why I have him a bit higher than most. He's super versatile. He can play in the box. He can play free. He can play wherever you want him to play. But I think he's going to be very good for a team. And he's super hard hitter, bro. This dude can thump to be that. It's very surprising when you turn the film. I'm very impressed. All right. As far as weaknesses go, most are going to say his size. But again, I think he makes that up with his intelligence and his speed. He's not going to be the fastest cat in the world. I did a film reaction video with him. And he got caught slipping and didn't have the makeup speed. So again, I think I'm interested. I can't wait to TCU's pro day so I can see what he runs. Hopefully he's in the 4.4s. But think Honey Badger when you think about this cat, because he's got the same mentality, bro. It's reckless abandon, and I got him going in the 2nd or 3rd round, just depending on what he does on that pro day. All right. Coming in number 3, I've got Javon Holland, 6'1", 196 pounds, out of Oregon. Okay, this dude played every game in 2019. He had 66 total tackles, had 4 interceptions, playing both cornerback and safety. So that speaks to his strengths. Super versatile cat, can play every position in the secondary. He's got really good instincts, got really good ball skills. A former high school wide receiver, so he knows how to track the ball. Really good player. I like him a lot. That's why he's so high on my list. Again, I love versatility. I love where I can kind of hide you in my scheme. This dude, he plays every position pretty well, okay? He's super physical, too. He's a thumper. To be 196, the dude throws his weight around, okay? Weaknesses, again, not the biggest cat in the world. At 196, I'd like to see him in the 2s. That's easy to get to, shouldn't affect his speed and his range. He's not going to be the rangiest cat, which is probably why Oregon decided to move him to cornerback. And play a lot more, slot and outside corner, just because he doesn't lack that range, or he doesn't have the range that you would like to see in an NFL corner, or NFL safety. And as far as experience go, he doesn't have a lot of experience. He did opt out in 2020, so we didn't get a chance to see him, and he just lacks that experience that you'd like to see. But when he's on the field, he's showing flashes. Okay, I got Holland going in the late 2nd, maybe early 3rd. It depends. If teams start to overthink it and start to, I just see him as a cornerback, or I just see him as a safety, or they can't find a position for him, you could see him slide a little bit. Sometimes versatility does kill you, and if you don't do anything well, you're gonna drop down the boards a little bit. And I think that may be the case for Holland, but we'll see. Coming in at number 2, I've got Richie Grant, 6 foot, 194 pound safety out of UCF. Okay, listen, nobody had a better 2 months than Richie Grant has had since the football season has ended, okay? This dude has had a meteoric rise. In fact, back when I did my rankings about a month or 2 ago, this dude wasn't even on the list, okay? This cat wasn't even on my list. He went to the Senior Bowl, coached by Matt Rule, and this cat the film, the reps that he took, he looked great out there. And it made people go back and take a look at what he did at UCF during the season. The dude had a really good season, and I think he's one of those guys that's another versatile chess piece that you can put out there. You can play him in the box. You can play him at free. You can do what you want. You can do whatever you want with this dude, and he's going to excel. But again, nobody had a better last 2 months than Richie Grant. Okay, this dude has gone from out of my rankings to number 2. And I think a lot of people are now starting to see that this guy's a straight up baller. Okay, as far as strengths go, he's good at read and react. Okay, if he sees something, he's gone. And he can react, and he's going to impact the play. Okay, he takes good angles. Again, when you were able to see it, you can react and combine that with good angles. You're going to make plays, and that's what happens on the field. Okay, he makes good plays. He's super disruptive. He knows how to attack the run game. He knows how to attack the ball on errant passes and getting the ball out the receiver's hands. He knows how to do it, and he has a turnover mentality. Okay, he has a turnover mentality in tackling situations. He's going to look to punch the ball loose. He's going to get the ball out at all costs. This guy is really good. As far as weaknesses go, I think he lacks range. It's going to be really key in his pro day to see what he runs. If he runs a 4.4, he's going to be real solid. He's going to be out of here, but I have no clue what he's going to run. I don't know. He looks good enough. His speed looks good enough on film, but I think I need to see that 40 to see where he can run, okay? And see some of those drills to see how rangy he is, all right? He's I like to see him be a little bit bigger. I like to see him coming at 200 pounds. Right now, he's 196, 194. So I like to see him put on a little bit more weight. That'd be great for him. And one other downside that not a lot of people are talking about is his age. He's 24 years old. Again, he's going to be 24 in November. Okay, in November, he's going to be 24. That's going to be a little bit old, kind of similar to what Calvin Ridley is. Calvin really is old right now. I think he's like 27, 28, and still on his rookie deal. So, like, listen, it just depends. It may not matter much. Again, you'd like to see him come out and be good immediately at that age. That's pretty much what it boils down to. It doesn't lend well to development when you're still developing at 26, and I can go out and get a free agent at that age. Again, it just depends. You never know how some teams look at that. So just keep an eye on that. But right now, I got him going in the second round, regardless of age, regardless of any of that. I think he's going to go in the second round. With that recent Senior Bowl performance, he solidified that. And hopefully the Carolina Panthers, being coached by Matt Rule, have the inside track on that and can go get him, because we do need a safety at this moment in time. All right. Coming in number 1, I've got Javon Mulrig, 6'2", 202-pound safety out of TCU. Boy, to have a nice pairing at TCU with Javon Mulrig and Darius Washington. Man, I'm not sure what happened at TCU and why they're not a little bit better. But these guys, they're putting out NFL talent. They think that kind of speaks to coaching, but it is what it is. Listen, some people like to chase the shiny bright object in Richie Grant and peg him as the top safety. I'm not doing that. Listen, the proof is in the pudding here. There's nobody that made more plays on the ball from a safety perspective than Javon Mulrig over the past 2 seasons. This dude has had 12 pass breakups in 2019, eight pass breakups in 2020, leading all safeties, okay? This dude has been named the Jim Thorpe Award winner for the best defensive back in the country. The man is solid, very, very solid. He had, as far as strengths, he's got the ideal size. He's a hard hitter. The dude is super versatile. He can play in the slot. He has excellent range. He's probably the complete package when it comes to safety. He's got the ideal size. He's got really good range. He's got good ball skills. He's super versatile. So he's a complete package. He's not perfect, though. Not perfect by any means. Sometimes he takes bad angles to the ball, especially when in the run game. He takes bad angles. Sometimes when chasing down a receiver, he takes a bad angle. But listen, that can be corrected. Not a huge deal. Most safeties are gonna, or some safeties are gonna have some issues taking bad angles at times. It is what it is. But that being said, I got this dude going in the first round potentially. He may slide in the second. There is a potential situation where I see where there is no safeties taken in the first round. I can see this happening easily. Just because, listen, I don't think there's. Although I like Javon Mulrig, he is no Derwin James. Okay. He is no Derwin James. He is no Jamal Adams. That is not available in this draft. But if I'm looking for a free safety right now, I think Javon Mulrig is the guy I'm looking at. I think Richie Grant is also another guy you can look at. But I really like Mulrig. Turn on the film, and you'll like what you'll see. Okay, this dude's a complete package. All right. So that being said, that's going to round out my top 10 safeties for the 2021 NFL Draft. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you like my rankings? How would you rank them? Let me know. What's the feedback? I appreciate all the feedback. Appreciate all the comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get in these comments. Let me know what's up. Go to manscaped.com, join the Patreon, support the channel. On the road to 6,000 subscribers, man. I appreciate all the love. I'm out. Peace.